Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Intern Interruption. Welcome to our guest, David Lloyd. Thank you for being here,
I
David.
am so excited to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
love your enthusiasms. We tend to do a little bit of social media stalking of our guests, just in a friendly way, not in a creepy way.
Okay,
So,
thank goodness.
yeah, we saw recently that you tweeted something about not having worn socks for, I think it was 12 days in a row?
Yeah, well, here's the deal. I had for one of the first times ever, I put together 2 weeks of vacation. I said,
Ooh,
the heck with it,
very
I'm going
nice.
for it. So, and I maybe packed a few socks, but after about 7 or 8 days of not wearing socks, I'm like, I'm not going to. You know, there were some occasions
Never go
where
back.
I could have worn socks, but I said, no way, I've got to keep this thing going.
Exactly.
And then finally I had to put on a pair of socks.
Well,
but it was a hard moment for me.
I've actually heard that apparently there's a rumor that most successful people don't wear socks. I heard that ESPN president John Skipper does not wear socks.
Okay.
So I actually have not worn socks with these shoes for the duration of my internship. They don't actually need.
I'm wearing socks.
Whoa, well-
I've got legs and everything, but
Well, I think you're still pretty successful, so maybe the sock thing is a myth. But it
Yeah.
is nice to. Where'd you go for vacation?
I went to is it your home state of Delaware?
I'm from Pennsylvania, but I do go to school in
Well, I
Delaware.
went to Pennsylvania too.
Oh, look at
I
that.
sort of had the tour of all of your places.
Very nice.
And then we went to Maryland as well.
Nice.
So it was a big, long vacation.
Delaware's nice beaches.
Great beaches.
Go Blue Hens, obviously, NBA, still in the news, even in the off season. We've had several big trades, things like that. So we want to ask you about your favorite NBA team.
All right, here's the deal. I have had favorite NBA teams in my life. When I was a kid,
Teams, plural?
Well, when I was a kid, I was a Boston Celtics fan.
Okay.
And then at one point in my television career, I spent 5 years in Sacramento.
Okay.
So I became a Sacramento Kings fan for
Wow.
a time. You know, they've had a really awful,
It's been
terrible.
rough. A Sixers fan, so I know.
Oh, yeah.
I feel you.
Okay.
But
So I sort of like phased them out, and now I kind of root for whoever LeBron James is playing for.
really,
Yeah, I mean,
a LeBron fan. Okay.
I guess so. I guess I root for history, and I think he's sort of a historic figure.
One more just personal question. We always ask our guests if they have a secret hidden talent, an impression, something like that. And you told us that you're very good at a specific thing.
I am good at crossword puzzles of all things, and I'm
Wow.
somewhat of a crossword puzzle snob. I don't know if you're familiar with how the New York Times lays out its week, but
I am not actually.
the Times is like the prime rib of crossword puzzles.
The
It's
elite
the Cadillac of crossword
Wow.
puzzles. So Monday is the easiest day, and
Oh.
then with each successive day throughout the week, it
That's
gets
hard
harder
because you get tired like throughout the week, man.
Well, but here's the deal. I said I'm a snob, so I won't even do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
Wow.
I don't
It's like,
go
I don't
until
need.
it's got to be a Friday or
I
a
need a
Saturday
challenge.
or a Sunday puzzle. Right? It's
Wow.
a waste of my time.
Well, that's probably the most useful hidden talent that we've seen of any of our guests. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And Sam's going to come up next with a couple questions for you.
Okay.
So she'll be back after this.
All right.
Thank you again to David for being on today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you just talked to Megan about being a LeBron fan. Are
Yes.
you a bandwagon fan? Where did this come from?
I might be slightly a bandwagon. I might be guilty of that. I just think he's awesome, and I thought he sort of got a raw deal. He mishandled the whole thing. I'm taking my talents to South Beach. I agree with
I
that.
completely agree.
He didn't play that well at all. But that being said, I think overall he's a pretty good guy, and I think he's an unbelievable basketball player. So somewhere along the way, I maybe was a little bit against him the first year in Miami, but I somehow grudgingly became a fan. And like I said, I'd like to see some history made. I'd like to see him get a bunch of rings. So yeah, I guess I'm a LeBron.
More than
bandwagon fan.
Jordan, though?
I don't think he's going to get there. I'll tell you this, Michael Jordan was a better basketball player than LeBron James. He just flat out was.
Thank you.
Every game
Thank you.
every game that Jordan was playing, you had to watch, and he just controlled it, and with his personality and his ego and his will more than LeBron.
Okay, so continuing with LeBron, you haven't seen his new movie, though, Trainwreck.
I haven't. I don't get to movies when they're in the theater.
Okay.
I have 3 kids at home, so it's always like Netflix or something like that.
I've
So-
heard it's hilarious, so
Yeah.
that's on my to-see list for sure. And he signed a deal with Warner Brothers for another movie, and the rumor is Space Jam 2, which I'm not happy about. You can't do a second Space Jam. You can't be Jordan Space Jam.
And of course, I never saw
You've
the
never
first
even
Space
seen
Jam.
one.
I'm terrible, I guess. It was Space Jam considered that good of a movie?
Yes.
Was it? It
Yes.
had cartoon characters and stuff, or I don't.
If you have 3 kids, you have to show them Space Jam.
All right.
It's a great movie.
Okay. Okay.
We're gonna switch gears a little.
Okay.
and talk about your background. You majored
background.
in international relations.
I did.
How did you get from international relations to now Sports Center?
It was a serpentine path, let's put it that way. I went from college to washing dishes in Nantucket to selling flowers wholesale, and I don't know anything about flowers, so I was not
I
great at
don't
that,
either.
to a short advertising career in New York City, to an internship like you're doing, but you're doing it smart. In college, I was out there waiting tables and interning at the same time, and then finally, I got a small TV job.
Okay. Well, what was your first sports memory?
I remember the Ice Bowl. The Ice Bowl was the Cowboys and the Packers at Lambeau Field in like 1967, somewhere around then. I must have been 4 or 5 years old, and I remember the announcer's voice, Ray Scott, sort of had this metallic, classic voice, and the Cowboys have been my favorite team forever, even though I was a kid growing up in Connecticut.
Well, I'm from Texas, so I
You
appreciate
are?
that. I'm not the biggest Cowboys fan,
Cowboy?
but you know what? That's fine.
No,
I'll
you're
give
not
you
a big
high
Cowboy.
five.
No, forget
Fine,
it. You're not a
fine.
Cowboys fan from the state
Megan's
of Texas.
booing me behind the camera.
What are you, a
right now.
Texans fan or what?
And, you know, I try to go for the Panthers, but like they're kind of heartbreaking. She's saying the Eagles. No one likes the Eagles. They just came
Panthers-
out as the most hated fans, so let's not even go there.
Those Eagles fans are mean.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Sam.
it. We loved having you.
It was a good time. Intern the Interruption?
Intern Interruption.
Intern Interruption.
There you go.
Get the name of the show straight, David.